Hey guys, what's going on today? So what I am doing is I'm going to be removing my front tire from my '07 R6. That tire. Let's get a light. Sorry about the lighting in here, it's not the greatest. So I'm gonna just removing the stand, the triple tree stand from his bike to mine. There we go. And I'm gonna lift up my front tire, get it off the ground. And don't have a lot of room thanks to Colin's bike. Just grab my socket set, bring it over here. And what I'm going to be doing is removing these two bolts here, caliper. Let's see, it's going to be a millimeter 11 millimeters too small. This is 12 millimeter with a 1/2 inch drive. Just making sure the camera is picking up what I'm looking at. And it doesn't take a whole lot of force for that. So now I'm just gonna remove them completely here. And the caliper will come off, and do the same on the other side quick. Alright, so now the calipers are off. Let's try it. One thing I did not mention is that I already had the front fender off, so let's remove this bolt. That actually Allen bolts. Remove those to get that off. And now the front fender is just hanging there. And on the back side of this here. So I'm just gonna put the nut, well, I'm gonna put that back on there. Okay, so the caliper is just hanging off that side, and I'm gonna have to remove this one, which these just holds the brake lines in place. So move that one so we can get this out of the way, and I'm gonna put it back right away. Make sure you don't lose the nut that's on the back side. There. Oh, that's out of the way. Next thing we're going to do is take an Allen wrench and loosen up these pinch bolts. Which hopefully is going to be just as easy done as said. Alright, so we're using a 6mm Allen key here. So we're going to take those, back those out a little bit. And we're going to do that on both sides. And you can see this fork seal was much worse off than this one. Gonna want to clean that out a little bit. There we go. Tip of the pencil will do the trick. Now you guys probably will not have this problem unless your forks have gone bad as well. There we go. It gets a much deeper seat in there so it doesn't strip out. So now that those pinch bolts are loosened up, I'm going to take the 22mm socket, preferably a 3/4 inch drive. Which we have here. And that goes on the axle bolt right here. And that did not take a ton of pressure. So just take that all the way out, and you can see the axle right there. Just take a socket or anything that'll fit inside there, just to punch it out. And for that, I'm going to use a 12mm socket. Just to get it started, like so. And you're going to want to support the wheel so that well, because the facts are gonna go through, so it's gonna want to get twisted up in there if you're not supporting the wheel. Now, alright, as soon as it breaks through this side initially, it comes out fairly easily as long as you have the wheel straight. There's the axle, and the wheel is off. Just make sure the calipers are out of the way. And that is one nasty wheel on that tire. Next, I am going to put something under the calipers so they're not just hanging there, because the wheel will be off for an extended period of time. I don't want them to be hanging there the entire time. Okay, so now they're off. They're not just hanging, I mean. So we have all that done, and that is how you remove the front wheel of an 07 R6. And I will clean this up later after I get the forks off. First, I just want to show you how gnarly this tire is. So this is how it was positioned. And so this is how it's positioned if I was riding it. So the left side is completely bald along the grooves, and then you can see on the right side there's still some tread left. So I'm not sure why it's bald on the left side and not the right side. But we're gonna get a new tire on there anyways. Now I'm trying to figure out how you can tell which side is which, and really the only difference I'm noticing is that in here, this one has these little notches or bumps here. Hope you can see that. And on this side it sticks out more, and it's flat all the way around. So if you're facing the same way the bike is facing, this is your right side. Now, since if you're just taking off the tire and putting it back on, like taking off the wheel and tire, putting a new tire on or something, or assessing anything and then putting it back on right away, you can just leave the bolts next to the tire. But since mine's gonna be off for a while I rebuild the forks, I'm going to put them in a bag and keep them in a safe place so I don't lose them. My next project is to remove the forks, so I'm gonna have to remove that Allen bolt, those two Allen bolts. I'm also gonna have to loosen up the clamp for this handlebar here. Well, on both sides, I mean. And that is all that's holding these on. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the back side of it there. 4 Allen bolts on each side. But for now, I'm going to cover her back up since she's stored for the winter. And that's how easy it is, guys. So thanks for watching my very first video on the Grizzly Moto channel. Hope it was helpful to you guys who own R6s. And so now I'm going to go clean up. Peace out, guys.